also a leadership coach. And what more, a better person to bring on board for this topic to talk about finance.
Right.
So, that scene that we showed earlier was actually a funny scene.
Yeah, funny because a lot of people can identify with it, unfortunately.
Right, have been there. And if you haven't been through that, then I'm sure you know somebody that has. You might not want to admit it, but you might have been at the checkout counter.
You saw it, but it wasn't you.
Yeah, right. Just a friend.
Right.
So, can you share with our viewers what would be some of your key tips on finance as far as like how to take care of your financial house, how to keep it in order?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially since we're at the beginning of the year, one thing that I always encourage people to do at this time of year is start with your credit. And by federal law, we're all entitled to receive a free credit report from the 3 major credit reporting bureaus. So this is the perfect time to do it if you haven't done it in the past 12 months. Order a credit report going to annualcreditreport.com. Order your free credit report so that way you really know what's out there about you, because that's so important. You have to have the information correct before you can worry about what the story is being told.
Right, and a lot of people, they're scared to look at it. They don't want to face reality.
Right.
And sometimes it's not as bad as they think it is when they actually look at it, right?
People are always very surprised that once they look at their credit report, what it actually says about them, because they're afraid of old, what we call ghost debts that are out there. We get scared of ghosts, but we really just need to embrace our credit report, deal with the things that we need to deal with, because they're not going to go away if it's something that has to be handled. But just getting a good handle on what's out there and then taking the steps to address those are really important.
And some jobs, they won't even hire you if you have bad credit.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. There's a lot of employers now, if you're shopping for car insurance, home insurance, all of those things are looking at your credit reports. That's why it's really important to get an idea of what's on your credit report and address those things that need to be addressed.
Right. Okay, that's a good one. Any others?
It's always good to have a household budget as well. Having a budget is so important. A lot of us, we think we know what we're spending on a monthly basis, but once we actually sit down and do a budget and see how much we're bringing in and how much is going out, that's such an aha moment a lot of times.
Right.
So if you haven't done a household budget, start by at least putting together what you think your expenses are on a monthly basis. A lot of people think they know what their monthly expenses are, but until they actually see it by putting it on paper, knowing what your rent or your mortgage is, knowing what your utilities are, how much are you spending when you dine out, how much are you spending on entertainment. It could be something as simple as a legal pad, how much is being spent at Starbucks, how much is being spent at Burger King, McDonald's, those little throwaway dollars that you don't think about. At the end of the month, they really add up. So it could be something as simple as a legal pad where you're just tracking your expenses. This is the perfect time to do it. So we're at the beginning of the year. We all have these grand ideas of how we want to be better.
Right.
This is the first step.
It's something as simple as having a grocery list when you go to the grocery store.